Hey everyone, Van here from Getting Cheezy Van. Cheezy, say what up, Cheezy?
Yo, what up?
Unless you'd like to stop.
Mm.
Hmm. Technical difficulties on my end, but it's the off season, so whatever. Anywho, uh, I guess, obviously the season's over, right? Hold on. So now we're on to the trade carousel shit and the free agent speculation and all that kind of junk. But probably most the biggest name one this week was JJ Watt got released, not traded, not cut, but just mutual release.
It's crazy. JJ Watt did a ton, an absolute ton for that franchise. That it's a new franchise, relatively speaking.
Two
And
thousand, I think 2000.
yeah, it's something. It's
Yeah.
not been around,
Mm-mm.
you know.
Nope.
It's not been around forever. And JJ Watt really put that franchise on the map. It gave that he gave that team a reason to be like a reason to cheer for that team, I guess. A reason
Mm-hmm.
for others to take notice of that team and it's he's hanging it up. I think he's starting to get a little bit of a I think all the players down there right now are just a little bit fed up with the way the last couple of years have been, especially this year.
Don't forget last year they went deep in the playoffs.
They did. They really did. You're not
They
wrong
were
about
up
that.
like 24-0. They were up like 24-0 on the Chiefs, and then they fucking blew it. Anyways, the owner Cal McNair said that they were confident this is the right move for JJ and the Texans. They started talking to him about it right after the season. Just wanted to make sure they did right by him, giving him enough time to pick a good spot in free agency and all that. They said it's not goodbye; it's so long for now.
You think that are they just hinting
This
at
is what
like
he said. He
no
said
no
we're
I,
looking.
I see it I see it
He said we're looking for JJ to pick a great spot, play a couple years, and then welcome him back and celebrate him for his remarkable career. I don't
but
think that means that they're going to have him back to play.
you mean just like to help
Maybe
him retire as a Texan?
maybe something like that.
Like a
Um,
one day, that's it. Like he's moving
mhm,
on.
mhm.
Is he in the same spot in his career like when Clay Matthews left, or is he still more prime than that?
It's hard. For me, it's hard to get an evaluation on JJ Watt because he seems to be hurt a lot.
He has been. That's
He's
true.
been hurt a lot, so it's hard to get.
He's 31 years
Um,
old.
but he's been named Defensive Player of the Year 3 times in the past
31.
10 years.
I feel like
So
he's.
between him and Aaron Donald, that's 6 Defensive Player of the Years.
I feel like I feel like JJ Watt has still got a couple good years. Like I don't think he's quite sunset yet. I don't think he's declined
I
that
don't.
much.
No, I don't think so either. But I know he has said he wants to go. He said he wants to go to a contender, right? He wants to play for a team that's gonna win. I'm sure. Um, so obviously here comes the whole runaround of like where is he gonna go, right? And I keep hearing Steelers, which is obvious because his brother's there.
Yeah.
TJ's over there, and the Packers because he's a Wisconsin kid. Wouldn't that be great? You know, not only being from Wisconsin, playing football at University of Wisconsin, and then coming to play for the Packers. And then Titans, Patriots, Rams are the other ones on this list I have here. Um,
I think this is a
I
question
mean,
about who's got the money.
yes, that's the biggest thing.
It's
I
it's who's got the money.
that's the only thing really because to me it comes like, I really need to stop reading all these Packers Facebook pages because all the fans are just sign him, and I'm like, pump the brakes here, right? We're already in cap trouble because the salary cap's going down. We got some hard choices to make on some free agents, keep him or let him go. Where are you going to have the money to pay JJ Watt? I see him signing a 1 year, maybe 2 year play it deal.
Yeah, I definitely think he's in the point of his career where I think his guaranteed money is going to be lower. but I
Yeah.
think he's going to have like a decent per game and everything kind of contract. So I don't know. I like the idea if we could get him on a like a low base and a pay per game, like generous in that area. I think it's possible, but I don't know.
I think it's hard. We've already got, there's people you need to lock up this year. You've got Corey Linsley, all pro center, who's been reliable as fuck, needs to be resigned. Jamal Williams, Aaron Jones, I think Big Bob. I mean, there's like 12 free agents we need to resign, and some of them we don't need to resign, right? But I just there's a lot to take care of on the roster as is. So I just feel like I feel like he's going to cost too much money, unless he does that cool thing the one cool thing Brady ever did was take a pay cut one time to keep good guys on the team. And if he does something like that, take a pay cut to go play for his favorite team, then cool.
So, but what
Okay,
about his?
would a player? I mean, I know there's league minimum, but could a player bypass the league minimum and be like, "No, I want a $1 contract just to hang out and play"?
I don't think so.
It has to be league minimum.
I think so, and also I think for qualifying for benefits and stuff, they need that.
He already has benefits. He's already got his accrued 10 years,
Oh, well, whatever.
right?
I mean, I think
So
that's right, but
could he just take a? I guess he could take a league minimum salary and just hang out.
I don't think he will. He's too valuable, and there's no reason for him to do that.
There's no reason for him to leave his cushy ass place, the Texans, either.
Yeah, except for he doesn't have a ring, and he never will get one there.
No.
What about his teammate? So more. Just to stay with the Texans for a hot second, Deshaun Watson
As compared to a
seen.
cold second.
Huh?
I said as compared to a cold second or a lukewarm second. We're gonna stay with for hot.
All right. Anyway,
So
let's
we're staying with the hot asshole.
whatever Van's talking about. I don't care about the temperature of the time duration. I'm just saying, Deshaun Watson also not happy. He's trying to get released from, or at least traded from the Texans. And apparently over the weekend, he was seen down in Miami with Raekwon Davis, Christian Wilkins.
Who's the tiny ass short guy in the middle?
I couldn't tell you. I really couldn't.
There's a bunch of large football players you can tell are large human beings, and there's one little guy like deep right in the middle. Looks like miniature Joe Rogan.
He he does. He does. I just look. I mean, the Texans released J.J. Watt. Do you think that they're going to? What do you think they're going to do with Deshaun Watson? He's obviously not happy. He's obviously looking around. We've been putting stuff out on social media. What do you think's
I don't
going to
know.
happen?
I don't know. I mean, he could pull the Le'Veon Bell and literally sit out.
So the general manager from the Texans, Nick Caserio, or Caserio, I'm not sure how it's pronounced,
Casarillo. I don't know.
says, "quote 0 interest is his uh, interest level in trading away Deshaun Watson."
Maybe they have 100% interest in letting him go or sit. I don't know. I mean, what do you do? So you end up with Le'Veon Bell, where it's just a giant ass paperweight on your bench. It takes up a roster spot.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tough situation.
I mean, but that's bad blood. Like, what are you gonna like? How is that? Even if you convince him to play, how are you gonna convince him to play his hardest?
I don't know. I mean, unless they do something really smart in there, I feel like we're going to be wasting good years on Deshaun Watson, who I would say is a top. I'm going to go so far as to say
Don't say he's top five.
he's a top 5 quarterback, and I, I don't know how you
Okay,
waste that time.
give me the other four. Who's the other four? Who's the other
Uh,
four?
other four,
You
I
got
would
Watson.
probably Rogers. Wait, who'd you say?
You said top five. You got Watson, Rogers.
Yeah,
The
Mahomes,
three.
Wilson,
Uh,
and probably the guy from the Bills. I'm slipping on his name right
Josh
now.
Allen.
Yeah, Josh Allen. Probably put
I mean, as much as I hate him, I would probably drop Russ down and put Tom up there. Well, maybe
Tom Brady.
not.
Nah,
No, I don't know. To me, Deshaun Watson and Russell Wilson have always been basically equivalent.
and who?
They're basically and Russell Wilson.
No, I would
They're
take
basically the same quarterback.
no, not anymore. Russell Wilson is getting older. He's not. I mean, Deshaun Watson has way more upside than Russell Wilson. Like if you're comparing
How
him to,
long has Deshaun Watson been in the league?
I think 3 or 4 years.
Dude, is it only? Ooh, are you sure? Ooh, NFL rumors: Cowboys, Texans, Dak Prescott, Deshaun Watson trade. Look at that. It's a rumor.
Deshaun Watson only 25 years old, by the way.
Okay, so he's only been in the league like 4 years. Yeah.
I mean, he's got to be. I mean, he must have come in the league the same year as Patrick Mahomes. They must be right about the same.
Hmm.
Anyway,
Interesting. They could trade straight up Deshaun Watson for Dak Prescott. What's the point of that? I mean, I don't know. Anyways, 4 years
whatever.
in the league. You think he's top five? Fine, but he's not going to. I mean, I don't know, man. It depends on how hard of a line the Texans are willing to take on this.
I don't know,
I
but
said
I mean,
you can say you have zero interest in trading him, but then yeah, what are you gonna do with him? I got this nice shiny thing sitting on the shelf over here, but don't touch it. It's still in the package. Don't touch it. Like
but what about? I mean, but what about Russell Wilson though? Like Russell Wilson, not happy either.
that's a good segue. Look at you. He's not, and he's made it public that he's not happy. And you know, the Seahawks management apparently is not happy with him going public about his discontent. Um,
They're not happy about him being not happy publicly.
Correct. He said, Russell Wilson said, I love playing for the Seahawks. I've loved it for years and laid it on the line every game, and I'm dedicated to that. The reality is, I think it's frustrating being there and watching the game and sitting there. Part of it, like any player, you never want to get hit. That's the reality of playing this position. Ask any quarterback who wants to play this game. At the same time, it's part of the job. He said, I've definitely been hit. I've been sacked almost 400 times. We got to get better. And then, he said, I'm just frustrated with getting hit too much.
I mean, seriously, the Seahawks have hung him out to dry as far as getting him some help on that O line. And I can understand being frustrated as fuck about that. I mean, there's just you
He's been
look at
sacked at least 40 times in each of his last 8 seasons.
I mean, just think I mean, he's got Aaron Donald
Mm-hmm.
in his division. San Francisco's in that division, so they got all
You got
those star
Nick
rushers.
Bosa. Yeah.
Yeah, got all those star rushers there. I mean, he's facing those guys multiple times a year.
Mm-hmm.
I can I can understand his discontent.
One of my
I really
tabs
can.
is one of my tabs is playing music, and that just came out of nowhere. I didn't like that. Yeah, I can understand not being happy about that, but I mean, oh guys, doing it again. Stop. But I mean, um, damn thing. I mean, he's got a Super Bowl, right? He's got Pro Bowls, right? He's got the accolades to be satisfied. I mean, mm, I don't know. I mm. Is
I
he on
think
a
it's
decline? He's been playing for about 10 years. He's getting close to 10 years. Is
I
he
mean,
on a
I
decline? Is he on his way out?
here's my thing. If Russell Wilson doesn't get some protection, he will be. You can't be taking that type of damage every single year and expect you're going to have a long career.
Mm-hmm. That's
And
reasonable.
I mean, he was playing this year lights out.
Yeah.
But
What did it say here?
as the season wore on, he's getting hit more and more. I mean, it's just
Yeah.
you can't play at that high level when you're in constant like you're trying to not get hurt, you're trying to not get hit all the time. You're trying to make your team have give your team a chance. Russell Wilson is facing like underperforming to like just keep himself alive out there. It's ridiculous. I can understand his frustration. I really can.
Yeah, and so apparently the Eagles have not Eagles, the Seahawks have fielded questions or fielded calls about trades for Russell. And an article here from CBS Sports has the top, I guess, 13 location. It's an odd number to pick, but 13. Number one being the Dolphins.
Hmm.
everybody's saying like him, Deshaun Watson to the Dolphins. The Dolphins have Tua. I mean, isn't he their up and coming guy? Why would you go balls out for an expensive older quarterback if you're going to develop this young guy?
I don't know. I mean, they
Yeah.
obviously need they. I mean, I feel like it wasn't that long ago they were serious playoff contenders. Was that last year too?
It was this year too. Yeah,
Yeah,
they missed by one game. You know, they're good. I mean, I don't know. Cowboys number two. I mean, I don't know. They
I
got
don't know.
Colts three here, but the Colts have also called about Carson Wentz. I'll get that in a second.
Yeah,
Panthers four.
you gonna go through all 13 of these?
Fine. Jets five. Raiders six. Patriots seven. Football team eight. Bears nine. Broncos 10. Eagles 11. Steelers 12. Saints 13.
Hmm. I really feel like I've got big question marks for the Saints and who they get.
I just thought of that too. I mean, I don't know if Jameis Winston is their guy or not. I mean, is Taysom Hill their quarterback now?
It better not be.
It's
Yeah.
either him or Jameis Winston. And
I mean,
then
if Jameis Winston stops throwing interceptions, he could be all right.
well, he didn't throw very many this year.
He didn't throw very many anythings.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, same thing with Steelers, right? Steelers. Can you imagine if Big Ben was to retire? I mean, I don't know, it's weird.
Yeah, he should have done it last year.
Literally all the other teams in this list, with the exception of the Cowboys, I'm like, yeah, okay, fine, whatever. Patriots, fine. Football team, fine, whatever.
They need help, both of those squads.
But, anyways,
I mean,
la-
we're basically having the same discussion about Carson Wentz. I mean, obviously,
yeah, yeah.
I mean, a lot of those fits just because they need help at quarterback, and some of them.
Well, so the Colts made an offer for Carson Wentz and they turned it down. The Colts offered 2 second-round draft picks and maybe your third or fourth down the road. That's the best offer they've had so far. And apparently the Eagles are holding out for a first-round pick, which I don't think Carson Wentz is first-round pick material.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, Carson Wentz when he's playing well can be so good, but the problem is, I mean, I don't know if you've watched any of his games this season, but he was so much in his own head. Like he's just out there, just like I don't know. He just seems like a guy down on his luck, downtrodden. I don't get it.
Another guy who's had awful injury problems too.
Yeah, but I
He's
mean,
he's only 28 years old, second overall pick in 2016. Last year, or yeah, no, this year, 2020, 16 touchdowns, 15 picks.
yeah, yeah.
But 2017, he was a legit MVP candidate. They were 11 and 2 before he tore his ACL, 33 touchdowns, 7 picks. Um, I don't.
I just feel like when you're trying to build a team with a new quarterback, you want a Deshaun Watson, you want a Patrick Mahomes, you want a Kyler Murray, you
You
want
want
this.
okay. You want mobility is what you want. That's this every time you gush about these players, you gush about the players that are not pocket passers. You gush about the
I
mobile
mean,
guys.
you want a Josh Allen. You want somebody who has some mobility, some ability to stretch the play, even if they're not a big runner. You want them to be able to stretch the play so that when a play breaks down, you still have a shot.
You don't think Wentz is mobile enough for that?
I feel like I think the thing for me is I don't know how you turn Carson Wentz around. He just seems to me like he's just not as good as he should be. Like, is he physically good enough to do the job and help a team win? Yeah, I think so, definitely. But he's just, I don't know. When I watch him play, he's a man who's lost his self confidence, and
Is he still starting quarterback in this league?
I mean, I don't know. That is the right question though.
I think. I mean, people are talking about him going to the Bears.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know either.
But
Anyway, lots of other trades coming up. Going to be, I think, an exciting offseason. A lot of big name players moving. A lot of these players, kind of like, despite my paying attention to the league kind of just forgot that they're getting older now. You know, like
Yeah. I mean, look at the old crowd of quarterbacks. The last ones left are Brady, Roethlisberger, and Rodgers.
I mean,
That's
even
basically it.
even Russell Wilson is starting to creep into that. Like, hey man, how many seasons do you got left? Are you thinking
Yep.
of like what are you thinking, man? Like
Hmm.
he's in his 30s now. I mean, he's
Which is crazy. That's like you're 30, time to put you down like a horse. Like get out of here. Like it,
I mean, that's been I mean, before like the
before Brady and before these super Brady, Breeze, Rodgers type, Roethlisberger type people, it was mid 30s and you were done.
yeah,
Favre did the same thing too.
yeah,
Peyton Manning was old when he retired too, right? He
yeah,
was late 30s.
He was
He was
40.
40.
He turned 40 the season they won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And it was weird. It was like he turned 40 and started playing like horse shit, but had that
He
awesome
started
defense.
playing really bad. That was one of those, raising the trophy when you didn't do anything on the group project but still get the A.
Yeah. So anyway,
But yeah, I mean, it's going to be a wild year, and the NFL, the league still hasn't announced what the salary cap um, is going to look like.
right.
They say it's going down because of COVID. I mean, I don't know if they're going to take and spread a cap hit over the course of the next handful of years, what they're going to do, but it makes it harder for a team to figure these things out when they don't know how much money they have to play with next year.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. I
so
mean, that's a big question mark. And the league season starts, I mean, I think it's a month from today.
today's the 15th, maybe.
Yeah. I think that's right. I think it's March 15th.
Yeah, I think they have to tell them before that. I'm sure.
Well, I would assume by then for definitely, but
Although I thought this was something that was probably collectively bargained.
could be.
Maybe
Could
there's
be.
a maybe they've got a pandemic clause in there.
Nobody knows.
You know
Anyway,
what? A lot of things will have pandemic clauses coming forward, going forward. I know they will.
I mean, I just was watching a news story that says that pandemics are more likely than ever to happen every year that we industrialize.
Hmm. Well, hopefully that's
Anyway,
not. Hopefully that doesn't mean that salary caps continue to go down
yeah,
because although I am a fan of salary caps because it's not like baseball where you can just buy championships like the Yankees did in the '90s.
yeah,
But what do I know?
yeah.
That's
If
all.
anyway, that's what's new this week.
Yeah, sure. Bye.